I think football is the one sport that has captured the imagination of both the fan and the viewing audience in the United States, and an awful lot of research has really proved that that sport, among all others, is in too short a season, and that people will watch it other than the traditional September through now into January.
Goes big down the middle, McNeil, touchdown! 540, it opens up a good field. He's got one man to beat. He's got in front of him Herman Harris, the 20. There he goes, he's in for the score.
Tackle, ball over the ground, laid down.
Hershey got more yards than I did, Kelvin got more yards than I did, but I got the ring.
Why, if you thought they were guilty of monopolization, did you only award them $1 in damages?
It's a nominal figure. We felt that the judge would then see that this is so ridiculous that we didn't mean it.
I'm happy to have you all here to one of what we think is one of the most exciting and dramatic events that's happened in the field of sports in a long time. It's the birth of a new league, a new professional football league, the United States Football League.
We don't even have chin straps.
We're going to try to develop our own stars.
This is the greatest.
I think it's great. It's fun and it's exciting.
With the preliminaries behind them, the men who made up the United States Football League's first season took to the field.
Bob boys! Bob boys! Bob boys! Bob boys!
Their goal in this league, in any league, to win.
You got sirens for a welcome. There's blood stain for your pain. And your telephone been ringing while you're dancing in the rain. While boys wonder where is glory, where is all you angels? Now the figureheads are fell, and lovers war with arrows over secrets they can tell. They tried to tame you, looks like they'll try again. Wild boys never losing. Wild boys never chose this way. Wild boys never close your eyes. Wild boys always shine.
Nobody really knew what to expect from the USFL's first season. Some mistakes, to be sure. But it was also a pretty fair bet they'd end up with their share of emotion. Just 2 weeks into the season, the Arizona Wranglers commenced a last-minute comeback against the Chicago boss, George Allen. The charge was led by Alan Risher, artfully, if not gracefully.
Risher rolling to his right, giving ground, rolling all the way back, looking, still looking. He's back at the 30. Throws it. Caught for 2 points in the end zone. Oh, baby.
Then, with but 1 second left to play, the Wranglers beat the odds. Perhaps the most emotional finish transpired in Boston, the original home of the Breakers, when Coach of the Year, Papa Dick Corey, spurred his team to a furious rally against the Philadelphia Stars. And on the game's final play, Johnny Walton's prayer received an immaculate deflection.
Down the middle.
For Dick Corey, it was just another chance to say thanks.
Effort like that, without that guy, without a couple other people who weren't quit, you wouldn't quit anytime. I love you for it, believe me.
Philadelphia was the victim in Boston, but in the league's first playoff game, it was Jim Mora's Stars who danced with a miracle. The Stars looked pitiful for 3 quarters against the Chicago Blitz, until trailing by 21 points with just 12 minutes left to play, Chuck Fusina found the Midas touch.
It's the greatest effort.
Fusina rolling, looks into the end zone, throws, touchdown!
The greatest comeback.
Quick pop pass, complete to Dudley. Touchdown!
Greatest performance.
Fusina to Bryant. Bryant leaping into the end zone.
By a bunch of guys I've ever been around, by far, believe me.
The victory put the Stars across the field from the Michigan Panthers in the league's first ever Summer Bowl. And it all came down to a second down play with just 3 minutes left in the game.
Heats on, Mayberry gets it away, Carter's there, first down, he's loose, he's got some help, he's going
stuck together, you know, teams wrote us off, and the fans, we were 1-4, but they came back when we started winning, and, you know, I'm just guy who won the championship.
First ever kickoff. Some called it a prophecy. Tim Mazzetti got it off eventually, and the first player to touch the ball, Tampa Bay's George Ragsdale. USFL for 20, Art? The answer is Ricky Williams. Who scored the first touchdown is correct. And wouldn't you know, the very first game would have a double deflected pass interception returned by Boston's Terry Love, 102 yards. Pretty rare. Until you realize that but for the grace of Eric Trevelyan, he'd have had a touchdown, too. A lot of things made up the USFL's first season, but none was more important than a guy who, at one time, kind of stood out amongst his peers on the high school football field. Deep inside, Herschel Walker probably always knew he'd make the big time someday in a very big way. But first, an apprenticeship had to be paid with the Georgia Bulldogs.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down that street and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere.
I'm not a big guy who's going to be jumping up and down or clapping my hands or shouting. I'm a guy who loves to lead by performance. I'm a guy who would love to go out and try to do something exciting and make the people see that I'm here, make people realize that you know, I'm still around. So I think I lead by performance, lead by showing people. I never try to tell them, I try to show them how it's done. I never set any goals for myself. I don't know what I can do in life. I don't know what I cannot do. But I know whenever I step on the football field or any competitive field, I want to be able to give it 110, 120%.
They say that I won't last too long on Broadway. they all say. But they're dead wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play this here guitar, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway.
It is now a great pleasure to announce the winner of the 1982 Heisman Memorial Trophy from the University of Georgia, Herschel Walker.
I know a lot of people think this world is made of individuals, but life is a team, life is a group, everything works together. I came from a very, very small town in Wrightsville, at least in Georgia, called Wrightsville, Georgia. And I still remember one of the first speeches that I ever made, and that was, people help to make better people.
At the end of his junior year, Herschel Walker felt he could make a better person of himself by joining the New Jersey Generals. He bore the weight of a league on his shoulders and carried it with class. Dignified and exceptionally talented, Herschel Walker has only ever known one purpose, and that's to keep getting better.
I think right now I'm a much better ball player now than I was at Georgia because I'm an all-around ball player. I'm a pass receiver as well as a blocker. I try to run on my own because, you know, I think I'm a surprising runner. I don't think a lot of people know how fast I am. And I don't think a lot of people know how strong I am because I can do a lot of different things. If I feel like running around you, I think I can get around you. If I feel like trying to overpower you, I think I could do that.
They say that I won't last too long on Broadway. I'll catch a bus for home, that's what they all say. But they're dead wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play this here guitar, and I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. I won't quit till I'm a star on Broadway. No, 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 no.
Beyond everything, the USFL Year One had given football players who might not have had the chance a place to play.
I was lost on a winding road. I thought that life had nothing left to give. And you came and showed me that just to live was the greatest gift of all. And you showed me life is a celebration. Lord, I'm gonna celebrate. Don't you know that life is a celebration? So come on now and celebrate, celebrate life.
It's like we drop a pebble in a pond, and the ripple effect is happening throughout our league and throughout the country.
I see challenge. They'll come along. Give them time. Give them time.
USFL is here to stay.
Can you feel it? I can.
His main problem is quarterback.
That is the direction that we have to take. I think there has to be a balance of some more experienced, stronger arm quarterbacks, and I really think the league is lacking in right now.
So that's what they got in '84. Better quarterbacks, like Steve Young, who signed the league's first and last $40 million contract. Brian Sipe, once the NFL's most valuable player, lent stability to New Jersey for considerably less. Cliff Stout left the Pittsburgh Steelers bench behind for a starting job in Birmingham. Former Buccaneer Doug Williams emerged in Oklahoma as an outlaw. And in Memphis, the elusive Walter Lewis helped guide the Showboats through their first season. But the creme de la creme could be found in Houston, where as a rookie he threw for more than 5,000 yards, fired 44 touchdown passes, and had 9 300-yard games. Jim Kelly, the stuff heroes are made of, and MVPs. So, the USFL found itself rich with strong arms that could fill the sky with footballs. But even the best secondary surgeons need some smooth operators on the other side of the table. Gentlemen with quick feet, soft hands, and the ability, when necessary, to rise to the occasion.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord.
Rain, lightning, thunder, Tampa Bay. We're talking major downpour here, folks. How bad was it? They had to stop the game. Probably always wondered where that stupid wave got its start, didn't you? It also rained in Jacksonville, Florida. Notice a pattern here? But guess what? They kept playing, and a good time was had by all. Well, almost. Rain or shine, no franchise was more successful than the Tampa Bay Bandits.
Gordon drops back to throw, pumps once, pumps twice, throws deep. He's got a receiver open. He's caught it. We're going to score a touchdown. The Bandits take the lead.
We come from down in Gator Country. We are the pride of Tampa Bay. We play football and we're called the Bandits. And we think our brand of ball is here to stay. Bandit ball. Gotta be tough, gotta be rough. Bandit ball. Bandit ball. Let's play all the way. Bandit ball. Come on, folks, let's catch the fever. Be a bandit ball believer. We believe they're gonna love bandit ball.
And then there is the story of the Federals, the league's worst team, bar none. But it wasn't so much that they lost, it was how they lost. Consider this. First and goal, leading by 5 points. The Federals run the ball 3 straight times and lose 6 inches. So on 4th down, Coach Ray Yock looks to quarterback junior Joe Gillum, who, stops the clock. No matter. The Feds still lead, and Arizona needs 99 yards for a touchdown. Remember Alan Risher? Yep, the same Alan Risher. To Jackie Flowers this time. Arizona wins by a point and sends Yock shopping for some answers. Of course, some fans have already been there and come up empty. The next week against New Jersey, all the Feds need is a 33-yard field goal with 11 seconds left to win. Could it get worse? Well, 1 week later against Tampa Bay, the Bandits call on a guy who 3 days prior was studying horticulture at Duke University. And Carl Franks pots the winning touchdown with 2 minutes to go. Next stop, Oakland, where with 1 minute left, the Feds can finally pull it off.
Back to throw. He's going to run for it. He did not get there. He is stopped at the 1-yard line. Washington comes up a foot short of the end zone.
And then, all along comes New Jersey one more time, while the Fed fans remain impervious to the obvious. The Federals can take the lead and maybe win the game. If only they can split the uprights. No dice. But again, it doesn't matter. But the only way New Jersey will win is if the immortal David Betts can kick a 50-yarder.
Here's Betts' kick, and it is good! Federals all over the ground, laying down. 1, 2, 3 of them, some kneeling, holding their head, sulking, walking off the field. What does this team have to do to win?
Well, the Feds' frustrations finally took their toll. Fortunately, Ray Yock knew precisely how to deal with the situation.
Hold it, let him go, let him go, let him go. Hey, no, wait a minute, Dan, I've had enough of this.
Sometimes it helps to have your finger on the psychological trigger. Losing was also on the minds of the Philadelphia Stars at the end of '83. But in 1984, they came out with a vengeance. Behind Kelvin Bryant's 1,400-yard season, the Stars won 16 games and neutralized both New Jersey and Birmingham in the playoffs. Once again, defense was the key. Once again, the focus turned back to the title game, where this time the Stars took no prisoners. In 1984, no one did it better than the Philadelphia Stars. They were a unique bunch, these Stars, and they played so much like a team. Behind the quiet leadership of Chuck Fusina, they began to endear themselves to the fans of Philadelphia. Fans who appreciated their effort and were more than willing to offer them a home.
Used to make me so fed up. People always asking me, what are you now that you've grown up? Exactly what I wanna be. Yeah, I'm where I'll never be alone. Right here where I belong. And I finally found a home. And I finally found a home. I ain't going nowhere. And I finally found a home. If you want me, I'll be here. And I finally found a home.
So how did the Stars repay this newfound loyalty? Well, they moved south, where they became the Baltimore Stars. But regardless of what took place in the front office, on the field, the Stars and the doghouse defense remained a class act. Led by Slammin' Sam Mills, the Stars would go on to win the third-year title, too. 3 years in the title game, twice champions. Are there any questions?
Don't you try to lock us out, 'cause we're breaking down the doors and always prepared to fight, baby. There's no stopping us, no stopping. No one does it better. No one does it better. No stopping. They're like us and more.
Hi, everybody.
Of all the new coaches who joined the league in 1984, none was more colorful than Memphis coach Pepper Rogers. But who is he really? Movie star? Author? Who is this man who marches to the beat of a different drum?
I don't know who he is. I never met him.
Why, sure everybody has. He's a blackjack dealer up in Vegas.
Pepper Rogers, the coach.
If I don't have the answers, we got answers here.
Pepper Rogers. Isn't that the car wash up there on Venice Boulevard?
I have no idea.
I'm not your son.
Well, whoever he is, he knows how to have a great time.
We're going to win this football game somehow. I don't know how, but somehow we're going to do it. But we got to play harder and hold our out just a little longer. Somebody says they blitz. I didn't know that was against the rules. And let's go out and play. That's what I say. We all get paid when we play. Don't we? Do we get paid to play? Yes. What, we play for nothing? No. You're wrong.
Change was in the air once again, but not on the field, where the laws of physics still prevail.
Girl, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. See, don't ever set me free. I always wanna be by your side. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
All teams, with the exception of two, reaffirmed the decision for the USFL to go to the fall in 1986.
This may be one of the smartest business moves that they've made yet.
I'd say we're farther ahead after 3 years than the American Football League was ahead.
We're going to have a challenge now.
Herschel Walker, with 22 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game, needs 51 yards to break the record of Eric Dickerson. Carson and Walker in the I formation, 1st and 10. Generals at their own 45. Reeves handing to Herschel. Herschel straight ahead. Herschel to the 50. Herschel breaks a tackle. The 45, 40. There he goes. There goes Herschel. He's got it. Touchdown, Herschel Walker. He has done it. He has gone 55 yards. He needed 51 for the record. Touchdown, Walker. He is now the most prolific running back in the history of pro football in a single season.
The general consensus was Walker for MVP in '85, but a different number dominated the New Jersey picture early in the year, when Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie turned skeptics into admirers.
Throwing on the run, throwing his passes on the run, he's terrific.
This March, me and some of my friends are gonna get together in this place and do some serious damage. Be there.
The Gamblers weren't the only team to get serious in the Astrodome. Some folks got married there by none other than former heavyweight boxing champion George Foreman.
We'll gather together here today in the sight of God
I do.
Get away, please. Will you get away, please? Would you get away from me, please? Please.
We get him in, we can't get him out. USFL at its finest.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah,
What's the score? Hey, KD, they can't hear you. You got to talk here.
Heads we call.
Call tails.
Heads it is.
Call tails, right?
tails.
What you call?
Call tails.
You take the ball. Are you cheating? You're a Christian cheating. He said tails.
No, we get the ball in the 20. We get the ball in the 20.
Let's take, we want the ball. Hey,
we got the ball.
We got the ball.
Huddle up, huddle up. Hey, hey. Twist, 5-man, Ray.
Strand 35 minutes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Trio, full left, ZA, fake flow 21, boot right, Q corner on one. Ready? Hustle, hustle.
5-man. Liz! Uh-oh, alley-oop.
Check! Red 78, stay!
Oh, quick out! Quick out! Quick out! Quick out!
Let's get the hammer. Let's get the hammer. Get the hammer. Get the hammer. Ready? Yeah.
Players express themselves in many ways on the field. And in Jacksonville, so did owners. Consider this Jacksonville interception that was wrestled away after the guy landed and awarded to Houston as a touchdown. Well, that was too much for Jacksonville owner Fred Bubba Bullard, who crossed the thin white lines to make that perfectly clear.
I'm all for the guy. I'm all for anybody that'll put his butt on the line and stick up for me and my friends and my guys and what we're here for. And that's what Fred Bullard is.
Bullard would pay the price for his 2 cents, but Jacksonville fans loved every minute.
By golly, now it's going to be obvious it's going to be a very expensive walk that I took early tonight, but it's going to be worth it.
Although it didn't have owners in mind, the USFL, unlike the NFL, always believed that freedom of expression was simply part of the game.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to.
San Antonio. Remember the Alamo? Remember the Gunslingers? Remember the night their primetime game with Houston was, short-circuited?
Go long, go short, little flip passes to Harrell, option plays, and they're moving the ball rather smartly, starting on their own 40-yard line. And ladies and gentlemen, we have lost a lot of lights. Here on the press box side, they have gone out. Officials, I think, well,
You know, not everyone who played in the USFL was named Kelvin or Kelly or Herschel. There were a lot of outstanding athletes who made a significant impact, but never received the attention they truly deserved. Here then to the semi-superstars, the unsung heroes of the USFL.
Now I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off the Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me up on my knee. Jack, get back, come on, and only crack. Lose, don't lose, everybody cut foot loose. You're playing so cool.
Shall we tell the fans how much it is?
If it only can lose, kicked off the Sunday shoes. Marie, Marie, shake, shake for me. Oh, my Lord, come on, let's go. Lose, you're loose, everybody come for lose.
Of course, individuals don't win ball games. Teams do. And no team better typified the love of a football family than Dick Corey's Breakers. You remember the first year Boston Breakers? A couple of miracle finishes and they had the love of a city washing over them. But come the second year, they were transplanted south to New Orleans, where behind Buford Jordan, they captured the heart of the Cajun. Guess you can figure out what happened the third year. West to Portland. Truly America's team. But that's not really what this story's all about. It's about Corey, who held them together on 3 coasts, and the friends he made along the way.
Friends, where would I be without friends to take good care of me, my friends? What would I do? I would be alone on my own. Enemy, some say it's spice to your life, but I've always hated to be so disliked. I can see why in this short span of time anyone does without friends. This is a song to thank you all for being my good friends. You only number just a few, but you are my good friends.
when you wanna come. But shoot it in the right direction. Making it your intention. Live those dreams, scheme those schemes. Gotta hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me with those laser beams. Laser
enabled them possibly to get a network contract, I feel. By opening the door a little bit, we already designed the NFL as antitrust.
I was hoping that everybody would understand that I did the best I could and that this dollar amount was not what I wanted, but it was the only way that we could come to a compromise.
But in this case, I don't really feel that anybody's really won, because I do think we've opened the door for some honest competition.
I'm not a football fan. I don't know anything about how many football fans go to a stadium or how many don't.
Why, if you thought they were guilty of monopolization, did you only award them $1 in damages?
We felt the court should decide what the damages were because we didn't feel that you could award on future damages. We didn't have enough, it was a very complicated decision, and none of us are economists, and we couldn't really come to a conclusion about money. And rather than make an erroneous conclusion, we felt that it would be better if the court decided.
Was it confusing?
It was very confusing.
Where would I be without
say add spice to your life, but I've always hated to be so disliked. I can see why in this short span of time anyone does without friends. Friends will always help when you're feeling down on the ground. Your friends will put a shoulder to the wheel. I feel enemy, some say add spice to your life, but I've always hated to be so disliked. I can see why in this short span of time anyone does without friends. Where would I be without friends to take good care of me, my friends? What would I do? I would be alone on my own. Enemy, some say add spice to your life, but I've always hated to be so disliked. I can see why in this short span of time anyone does without friends. Friends will always help when you're feeling down on the ground. Your friends will put a shoulder to the wheel. I feel enemy, some say add spice to your life, but I've always hated to be so disliked. I can see why in this short span of time anyone does without friends. Where would I be without friends to take good care of me, my friends? What would I do? I would be alone on my own. Enemy, some say add spice to your life, but I've always hated to be so disliked. I can see why in this short span of time anyone does without friends.